is better than sacrifice. So I'm sure we all heard this saying, and it's so true. So I decided to touch on this today. Both are super important, but one overrides the other. See, you can sacrifice after sacrifice all you want, your time or whatever it is, but if you're not obedient, you will remain stagnant in your relationship with God. You can sacrifice, but after that, if you're not obedient, then it's really for nothing, because it doesn't stop at sacrifice. You cannot grow if you are not obedient to God's word. We do one thing or a few things that God tells us to do and think, oh, that's it. You know, I was obedient to God, and we think that the job is done. But no, you must be obedient at all times, not just sometimes. See, obedience is what gets you into the kingdom, by obeying God's word, right? Living the way he commands, which is obeying his laws. Obedience is what leads you to your purpose. Being obedient to God's calling on your life and doing what he tells you to do to get there. Like, he's instructing you on what to do, and you must listen in order to reach your purpose. I will say this. I've learned a lot of times being obedient will have you uncomfortable. You know, what God tells us to do will not always be what we want to do, or it won't always be things that we're comfortable with. There's been multiple times that God has told me to do something, and I was so scared and uncomfortable with doing it. But baby, I did it. And when you're obedient to God, you can just feel him being pleased with you. Every time I felt satisfied, you know, every time it felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder when I was obedient to God. And it also always felt like a shift. It's like I could feel a shift in the spiritual realm taking place every single time I became obedient. It's like a new level has been unlocked. Because see, what a lot of people don't know is being obedient does unlock new levels. And we're not just talking about physically, we're talking about spiritually. Because being obedient to God shows that you're ready for what's next, because he can trust that you're going to listen to him in that season. So you won't ruin or fumble the plan.